So this would be for people who are struggling to remove their PCV valve on a KA24. I've seen on, I haven't seen that many videos, but in some of the write-ups I see them, people are taking out this air intake and also the alternator, but I didn't take out the air intake. I did take the alternator, but from the top, things that I took off on the top are these wires right here, here, and that's the temperature sensor. One of them is a temperature sensor. Another one is the knock sensor right here. Just right here. This one disconnected that, and also this one. I'm not sure what that is for, but I disconnected these three right here from the top. And to remove the distributor, the alternator, I remove this. So this is the bracket that the distributor hangs on. So there would be one bolt right here that goes to the distributor on the back, and there is, so if you look up from here, there's another one below here, right here. Where is it? Right there. That one is this one right here. That's right where the light is. Let me remove this one right here. That is the tensioner. Well, not the tensioner, but yeah, that loosens the alternator. So that those two bolts from the top. That's all I took out from the top. And once you remove the wires, you will be able to see the PCV valve. Let me get the light. So that would be your PCV valve right here, right before that hose clamp. So you can take a long needle nose pliers, extra long, the one that folds twice, right? That has a fold in the middle, and then undo the hose clip. Probably push it with the needle nose closed a little bit, push that hose a little bit back, and then and you can also, if you have a smaller hand, you can also feed your hand through and then just push it out. So that is the easier way to take that clamp and then hose out. I think it'll be difficult from the bottom. So to get to the bottom, what I did was, if you're facing the car right on the passenger side, just going underneath from the front, right? This is the right underneath the headlight, right? Yeah, you slide in with your feet first, and let your feet go all the way to the other side, to the driver's side area, so you're diagonal with the car, right? And then your head's up here, so that you're facing towards the that little clearance that where the PCV valve is at. So once you're underneath, this is how you will be positioned, most probably. So there's the oil filter, there's the alternator, right, and this is the bottom of the oil pan. So right there, that's the PCV valve. I already have my hose connected. The reason it's difficult to get to it is because of that hard lines right there. That is really difficult to move. Well, at least when you have everything and then the engine is stock and you have your emissions and everything in there. So that is why even if you have a ratchet wrench, it won't fit, because the width of that top circle of that ratchet wrench is too thick. So that's what I had problem with. So anyway, just to get to that, what I did was I loosened the long screw that holds the alternator right here, pull it out, and then since the bolt on the top that I showed earlier was already taken out, it would seesaw back and forth as just the pivot point, right? So once I got the bolt removed from here, I was able to lift the alternator and then push it towards the front. And I didn't disconnect any of the wires. It was long enough that I could move the alternator out of the way. I also unhooked this wire right here. I'm not sure what this one is for. And I removed that too. And then this is the intake manifold bracket that screws to the engine block. So this was also here, right here, and then there's another bolt up there. I just took the lower one off, loosened the top one, and then just swung it to the side so that I could get my hands straight to that area. I tried a ratchet spanner, ratchet wrench. It didn't work. I tried a regular wrench with a little angle on it. That just doesn't work, because if it has an angle, it'll either hit here or hit on this side, and then if you turn it around, it'll hit here. So what was useful for me was this straight, like there's no angle, but the handle is a S shape, right? It's a 19 millimeter, and the reason it really worked was because of the S shape. It kind of conformed to this alternator bracket, and I was able to kind of push in here and then get some space and since this circle or the round part is thinner on the top, it didn't hit it cleared the hard lines up there. So I was able to slide in and then work a little bit at a time. I don't have much space to push it or rotate it quite much, but I did a little bit of time. It's a really tight corner, so slowly I was able to just take it out, take the old one out, put the new one in. So that was the easiest way that I was able to do it. I think the S-shape wrench really helps. If it's straight, it'll hit one or the other engine block parts that's sticking out of the engine. So that is how I did. The reason I am changing my PCV valve is it is starting to smoke blue smoke when I am at a red light. It doesn't smoke all the time, but when I'm at the red light and then I start to roll, give it a little gas, it starts to smoke, and then it'll go away after a while. And the same thing at the next red light, it'll start to smoke again. So hopefully this is the fix. If it's not, then I'll have to check my valve stems probably, and hopefully it's not the rings. So yeah, this is one of the way that I found out was easy to get to the PCV valve.